Jeff Leach. You were born in Plano.
I was, yeah, about a mile from here.
See? I was right.
Yeah.
And then you graduated from
Plano Senior High?
Senior High. Who kids go to Plano Senior? See?
All right, good.
Jasper. Okay. House representative District 67, Jeff Leach.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Come on, good afternoon. It is great to be with you today, and although we are in House District 67, literally if you open this window, you can see House District 67. I'm sorry, we're in 66. 67 is right there. And as Frank said, I am a proud Plano Senior High School graduate, born and raised literally a mile down the road. In fact, and my wife Becky wanted to be here with us today. She couldn't be, but Becky and I were high school sweethearts. Born and raised together. And I told Becky I was coming here today to Davis Library, and she reminded me, something I knew anyways, right? That our first date was a picnic right out here on this pond here at Davis Library in 1998. So that seems like forever ago. Now we have a 10-year-old boy, a 7-year-old girl, and a 3-year-old little boy who's just a rascal. But we're proud to live here in our community. We live in Allen now, and I'm proud to represent parts of Allen, Plano, and Richardson, and actually the city of Dallas too, in the Texas House of Representatives. And it's so wonderful to be here today. As I mentioned, this is home for me. I went to Wells Elementary, Schimmelpfennig Middle School, Jasper High School, and I graduated from Plano Senior High. So, then went on to graduate from Baylor University, got my law degree from the SMU Dedman School of Law, and currently practice law in Dallas. Been born and raised at Crestwood Baptist Church all my life, which is where I know Representative Shaheen and Angela from, and so many of you as well. And so, all that to say, my roots are deep here in our community. The reason that I decided, with my wife's support, the support of our children, and so many faithful family and friends, the reason we decided to run for the Texas House of Representatives in 2011, 7 years ago, the reason we decided to run was because my role as a dad is to prepare my kids for the world. When I'm at home, as a father with Brady and Charlotte and Landry, my biggest job, my most important job is to prepare my kids for the world. And the reason I ran for the Texas House of Representatives is because I wanted to work hard to prepare the world for them. I want Brady and Charlotte and Landry to have the same opportunities, the same privileges, the same blessings I had growing up here in the United States of America, in the great state of Texas, and here in Collin County. And so Becky and I prayerfully decided to step out in faith, to step off the sidelines, and to run for office in 2011. And in 2013, I was blessed, privileged, and humbled to take the oath of office in the Texas House of Representatives, representing House District 67, 190,000 people here in my hometown, in our community. And looking back, when I decided to run for office in 2011, I've gone back, now running for my 4th term in the Texas House. And I've taken stock, stepped back a little bit, and tried to review the past 3 sessions. And I went back and I listened to some of my first speeches in 2011 and 2012. And I looked at some of my first door hangers, my first mailers. I looked at all the literature that you get on your doorstep and at events like this. And I wanted to remind myself of what I initially campaigned on, the promises that I made to you, the commitments that I made to the people as I asked for their vote at the doorstep and at events like these. And I promised them, I committed to them, not just to vote the right way on issues relating to public education and public safety and health care and transportation and infrastructure and the budget and tax reform. I didn't promise just to vote the right way on those issues. I made explicit commitments to you, the people, that I would roll up my sleeves and be a fighter on the front lines for you and your families and our communities in the Texas House of Representatives. Thank you. And the reason that I'm now asking for your support, going into my 4th term in the Texas House of Representatives, is not because we've accomplished a lot of great things, although we have. We've got a lot that we can be proud of. Tremendous accomplishments. Texas is the envy of the nation. And anyone who tells you that Texas is not the envy of the nation is being disingenuous at best. Texas is strong, the strongest state in the United States. We have a lot to be proud of, but the reason I'm asking for your support is because I've kept my promises to you. Doesn't mean that we agree on every single issue in this room. Doesn't mean that we see eye to eye on every specific vote, every specific bill, although I think we agree on the vast majority of them. It means that I've made my commitment, I've kept my commitment to listen to you and to roll up my sleeves and advocate on your behalf. You know, my kids go to public schools here in District 67, and one of my favorite things to do is to drop off my children, Brady and Charlotte, at school in the mornings. That's the hardest thing about being away in Austin when we're in the Texas House of Representatives, is being away from your family. It's not an easy job. But when I'm home, getting to drop them off at school in the mornings, how many of you parents love, maybe it's a little stressful at times, right? But love that time you get, those few minutes you get with your kids in the car in the morning? And since the first day I dropped Brady off for kindergarten, I've always told him two things when I drop him off before he shuts that door and walks into his school. Number one, I tell Brady that I love him. I want my kids to know that they're loved more than anything by their dad. And then number two, I tell him every single day he gets out of the car, be a leader. Be a leader. I want him to know that when he walks into the door of his school, even as a fifth grader, that I expect him not just to go along to get along, not to just kind of fall in line with the crowd, but to be a leader. To be a leader. I've told him that every single day. So last session, when I was walking onto the floor of the Texas House of Representatives one day to vote, I think it was budget day, we were voting on some really important bills. I was on the phone with my son, who was on his way to school. And I was walking onto the floor of the Texas House of Representatives, and I said, son, I've got to go now. I've got to go vote. And he said, Dad, hold on. I love you. Be a leader today. And I tell you that story because you're going to get all of the information you want about our votes, about all that we've accomplished when it comes to public education. We've got the strongest schools in the state here in Collin County. We are the envy of the state. That doesn't mean we don't have our challenges. We do. We have to fix school finance. We have to do away with Robin Hood. We have to keep more of our local tax dollars local. We do. We've got to reform property taxes. We've got to invest in transportation infrastructure, water infrastructure. We've got to reform health care in the state. We've got to keep doing a great job at securing our borders and keeping our streets safe. I've been proud to be on the front lines in the fight to keep our neighborhoods safe, specifically when it comes to sexual assault and sexual offenders who are hiding in our neighborhoods, giving law enforcement the tools that they need to go after those guys and hold them accountable. But you're going to get all the information you want on all our votes, our plans, our ideas, and I hope that you listen to our opponents as well, because our ideas, our positions on the issues are different. They just are. They're different. And I hope that you will make the decision based on not what our position on the issues are, but what our records are. And I'm going to commit to you something today. If there's one thing I want you to remember about State Representative Jeff Leach today, it's this. It's that I will always listen to you, seek your input, invite you to be part of this conversation with me. In the back here is this door hanger, and on this door hanger is my cell phone number. Now, I only have one cell phone. I don't have 5 cell phones like some politicians do. None in Collin County. We all only have one. This is my number. Text me, call me, let's meet for coffee, let's get together, let's reason together on the issues. Let me hear from you. And then number 2, it's that on those issues that are most important to our community and to the state of Texas, I'm not just going to vote the right way. I'm going to roll up my sleeves and to continue to be a fighter for you and your families and our community. It's an honor, the honor of a lifetime, to serve you in the Texas House of Representatives, to walk on that House floor chamber at our beautiful Texas Capitol. And I hope that with your support and with God's help, I get the opportunity to return on your behalf for a 4th session in the Texas House. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.